Right guys, so what is up and welcome back to a brand new video here today and some more F1 2020 game information. And this one is a big one. It's only screenshots here today, but it's a big one nonetheless. And this one actually, I believe these were released yesterday and it kind of slipped under the radar a little bit. And yesterday we did a video, if you haven't seen it guys, it's linked up here in the top right hand corner. It was regarding a new hot lap around Monaco in the AlphaTauri as Pierre Gasly. So if you haven't seen it guys, check it out, as I messed up that pronunciation. I do apologise, I don't know why I said it that way, but either way, we move regardless. And also guys, for the latest breaking F1 2020 game news, if you haven't already guys, a big chunk of you, that are not subscribed do watch my videos. So if you do enjoy my content guys, I'd appreciate if you could slap the subscribe button and tune in for the latest breaking news on the new game. And also I'll be doing career mode on that, my team, all that kind of good stuff when that content does eventually drop. And also my content at the moment, I think I'm still doing career mode, so if you guys want to check out my channel, I'd appreciate it, and I'll leave it on screen right here. But yeah guys, let's jump into this and let's see what these screenshots might be. So today we have a batch of screenshots, and you can tell by the title what they may be. So we're going to get the kind of less interesting ones out of the way first, get through those quite quickly. And also we need to go through these first for comparison purposes, because there's actually a mix of two versions of car in these screenshots, and I'll get into that in a minute. So first of all, screenshot number one, we have both of the Williams cars, Russell leading Latifi, what looks like to be at Baku, I think it is, on the pit straight. Again, a lot of these first screenshots, as you can see on looking at the car, this is the FOM multiplayer generic F1 car. So they're yet to actually show us what the true Williams looks like. So don't read into it too much. This is merely to showcase the livery and the paint. We then move on to image number two, and this is the Haas of, I believe, Kevin Magnussen at Austria, as you can see in the background. And take note of this one, guys, because this is one of the cars we're going to compare later on. So looking at the car off the bat, some of the things you can notice kind of discreetly. For example, a key feature, the one thing you can notice, if you look at the T-wing at the end of the rear wing, it's got kind of like a box shape, like a little flat, little kind of circle shape. I don't know how to explain it, but it's kind of like a double two-prong horizontal approach. So bear in mind the shape of that. You can see also in the AlphaTauri behind, it's got the exact same one. So remember that T-wing for later on in this video. But for now, again, all the cars in this are the FOM chassis. We then move on to the Alfa Romeo. Again, this one from the side, you can tell already, if you've got an eagle eye, this is the FOM car. The reason you can tell, a key feature that from the Alfa Romeo this year is actually on the shark fin, they've got one that kind of is round and it follows the bodywork, whereas on this it's kind of like sharp and it goes down, which is a trait of the FOM car. The Alfa looking pretty damn good, and this one is at Russia, going past a kind of attraction down towards turn number 2 on the pit straight on the left hand side. If you haven't noticed, that's what it is. The next picture is going to be the racing point, the tracing point, or whatever you want to call it, the Mercedes 2.0. In this case, it's still running on the FOM chassis. This looks to be at Canada through one of the chicanes, from what I can tell, this time with Sergio Perez. And again, the nose confirms that it is, of course, a FOM chassis. Also, you can see the T-wing, you can see the roll hoop, and all the little details that indicate this car is not the actual version. The next up is going to be the AlphaTauri, which of course we saw yesterday in the hot lap with Pierre Gasly. This is, I believe, Pierre Gasly once again. This time it looks to be at Australia, looking at the colour of the curbs. I might be wrong. Actually no, it's Danica Fiat because of the number 26, so I'm bad on that one. But yeah, the AlphaTauri again still running on the FOM chassis as we saw yesterday in the trailer, but still looking good. The livery looks fantastic and I can't wait to see that car in person when I pick up the game. We then move to the McLaren, and this is Carlos Sainz at what looks to be Australia from what I can tell. A lot of cars in this shot, so again you get confirmation. You can see the Alpha in the background, both AlphaTauris, the Racing Point, even Norris as well. Every single car in here except the Renault, which is kind of in the background. Every single car has the FOM chassis for now, and there's a reason they're only showing these kind of midfield cars in these screenshots. If you pick up the theme here, they're only showing kind of the midfield cars. Besides the Renault, Alfa, Williams, AlphaTauri, Racing Point and McLaren. That's 5 teams who still have the FOM chassis, and there's a reason why. We then move on to the Red Bull. Now, remember this car, guys, and this is a good example to look at the FOM car. So just like the Haas, look at the T-wing. You can see it really clearly here going through Eau Rouge at Spa. The T-wing is very noticeable. Also, this is a small detail, I can't quite tell, but the width of the nose, obviously this is the FOM car. You guys know from the 2020 Red Bull when it was launched, they've got a much skinnier nose this year. So remember that for the next picture. But the key detail here is the T-wing, and also with the Red Bull, there's one small detail they have on their car, which not many teams teams do. I believe only Alfa Romeo have it, and where the number is, the number 33. Red Bull will have these kind of winglets on the tip of the nose. You'll see them in the next picture. It's clear as day once we get around to it. But remember that for later on. And we then finally move on to World Champions Mercedes. So again, this car is still running on the FRM chassis, or so we thought, because we'll jump into the actual picture in a minute. But again, for comparison purposes, look at the T-wing. It's got the exact same one as the FRM car. The nose shape, all the little details, it's all there to be seen. This is at Australia with the new sponsor Aramco in the background. But now we're going to move into the juicy stuff. So first of all, we have the Renault. Again, this picture, whenever the Renault is featured, you can never see the top teams. It's only the midfield cars. So it seems like maybe they have two separate builds of the game or something at the minute, because you can see the Renault here, Daniel Ricciardo with the brand new nose. This car is the actual 2020 Renault, so this is what the car is going to look like when we pick up the game on day one, probably, with the new narrow Mercedes-esque nose. You know, the front wing looks completely different to the rest of the cars. The roll hoop at the top where the airbox is, rear wing, the T-wing as well. Remember that's a key detail. You can see the T-wing a lot more clearly on Ocon's car to the left. They've got kind of like a double T-wing, one on the rear wing and then one on the end of the shark fin. But the Renault, as we discussed in the previous video, looking as good as ever. And we then move into some real key features. Here we go then. So the first one, the first look at the 2020 Ferrari, Charles Leclerc in the tunnel alongside Max Verstappen. This is the only image I have of the Red Bull, and you can tell this is the 2020 one, because you can't quite make out the T-wing, but you can see, if you compare the first picture, where the number is on the car. On the first picture with the Red Bull, you can see the number on the front of the nose, whereas in this one the number is moved up to the top and you can't quite see it. It's also got those winglets where the S duct is at the top of the nose when it kind of bends a little bit. The nose looks narrow from this angle. It's hard to really properly tell, but it looks narrow to me. And also, again, little key details. If you know your cars well, you'll know this is a 2020 Red Bull. So we have our first glimpse, and it looks like the Red Bull has now been made official, which is great. And then we have, of course, a screenshot of the Ferrari. We'll get into the Ferrari in a minute. I've got more high-res, better pictures in the daylight, so we'll focus on that car in a moment. We then move on to the next one. This is a better picture. So we are at turn one at Monaco. The previous one was at the tunnel. This picture, from what I can tell, the midfield cars are kind of hidden. You can only see the Renault, which we know has, you know, the actual 2020 car finished, and you can see the Ferrari and the Mercedes, of course, because we know we can see those. I can't see a Red Bull in this picture, so again, indicating possibly different builds of the game. But this here, you can see the Mercedes now. This is the first time we've seen the 2020 car. Look at the nose, compare it to the pictures earlier on in the video, and the mirrors as well, the T-wing, and this tells you this is the 2020 Mercedes for the first time ever, of course, with the 2020 Ferrari. And now, if we remember the pictures at the start of the video, if you look in the background, I'll kind of zoom in on the video for you guys, but we're also getting the 2020 Haas. If you look really, really closely, the T-wing is an indication of it. Also, the airbox, so above the helmet, above the halo where the air goes in, it's got that triangular shape. So in this picture, we can see Ferrari, Mercedes, and Haas are all brand new. You can see the Renault in the background, and the McLaren's kind of hidden, the Racing Point, all those kind of cars are still hidden. And there's no Red Bulls to show in this picture. So again, it indicates some cars are getting pretty close to completion now. But let's focus on the Ferrari, shall we? So here we go. We're at Monaco once again. We're going through the Casino Square, turn number 5, and this gives us a great glimpse of the Ferrari, and all the details are there. So you've got the T-wing, you've got the kind of cutout on the shark fin the Ferrari has, so when it joins up to the roll hoop, it's got the little cutout. It's got the winglets, which Ferrari has this year on the side cameras, you know, where at the top of the roll hoop, which are very unique for them. It's also got the unique Ferrari high profile, high up kind of side pod inlet, which they did back in 2017, and all the little intricacies that, you know, if you're a Ferrari fan, you know what their car looks like, you will know this is the actual car, and it looks really, really good. And to be fair, I actually quite like it with that dimension Renault. I don't know why. I kind of like it. It's growing on me. I like the simplicity of it. Very minimalistic and very, very clean. And we have another nice picture here at Monaco once again, going through the second half of the swimming pool chicane, and this one gives us a great glimpse of the front wing and the nose section, again confirming that this is indeed a brand new car, and it's the SF1000. Is it no, it's not even the SF1000 this year. What is it called this year? I actually don't know. I think it's the SF71H. I don't even know. I need to actually, I've forgotten. F1's been away for that long. I can't actually remember what the Ferrari is called. The SF1000 was last year, surely. Yeah, I must be tripping. Either way, yeah, you can see on the screen all the actual sponsors are there. Charles Leclerc once again, and the details on the Ferrari, for example, they've got a very unique front wing. I believe compared to the F1 car, the Ferrari has one extra front wing cascade, so again that's a key detail to point out. You can see the barge board really high up on the car behind the front wheels, which again is another indication that this is a 2020 car. And then just little things here, like for example the mirrors, and you get a good glimpse of the roll hoop where the kind of winglets come out of the roll hoop. So yeah guys, that is going to be it from this video here today, and we've seen 4 new cars in this, albeit not the best possible versions of them, only the Ferrari really, but we have seen that there is a Mercedes now, Red Bull and Haas. So those 4 cars along with the Renault are done. So we've now seen half of the grid. 5 of the 10 cars have now been spotted in screenshots, trailers, and slowly but surely we're getting these cars kind of get released. But guys, if you enjoyed this video, I'd appreciate a like, and also subscribe if you are new guys. I'd appreciate it very much, as we are trying to grow the channel as much as I can this year, and we're going to try and keep pushing that into the new game. So like I said, subscribe, notifications turned on if possible guys, to be notified about the latest breaking news regarding F1 2020. And guys, up in the top right hand corner, just like I mentioned earlier, you can see the video from yesterday along with a bunch of other F1 2020 content that you may have missed. So guys, go give that a watch, check it out if you want to see more of my content. But guys, that's it from me here today. Check out the 2 videos on your screen, and I'll see you all next time for my next video. But until then, it's goodbye from me.